Okay, good morning. It's a little early. Our household is trying to wake up earlier, so I have my morning voice on. Usually I would eat first, so I would eat some oatmeal and then wait 35 to 40 minutes and then I would work out. But this morning, since it's on the earlier side, I don't wake up like starving. I like to have my morning routine and my coffee. So instead I put this superfood creamer, which is just like coconut oil, it has MCT in it, just really some healthy fats that are going to hold me over during my workout. And so I'll sip on this a little bit before and a little during, and then I'll show you guys what I'm gonna eat for breakfast. So I finished my workout and then I went upstairs and got ready. I try to not go longer than 30 minutes without consuming the food after I worked out. So I take myself to only get ready for 30 minutes, so it's just a little quick. And while I'm making my food, I'm gonna, because I did work out, I'm gonna make myself just a little protein shake with water. So this is just some Orgain vanilla protein, and then I can't find my shaker, so I'm just gonna use this glass with the lid and mason jar, and I'm just gonna shake it up. So yeah, I'm gonna do this while I make some oatmeal because I'm obsessed with oatmeal, so I have to have it every morning. But that's just a preference, so this is what I'll do. So I just filled it up with water, and then again, I would usually use a shaker, but this will have to do. So I'm gonna shake it up, and then I'm gonna just drink this while I make my oatmeal. Okay, so I'm going to use a half a cup of fresh almond milk, put that in there, and then I'm going to use a half a cup of water, put that in there, and then I like to put the flame on medium low, just to get it a little boiling. You don't want your milk to burn, so you kind of have to watch it. And then I'm also gonna sprinkle in some ground cinnamon, and I just do a nice little sprinkle. So we'll just mix that up. And then let it come to a boil before I put my oats in. Okay, so my water is coming to a boil. So I'm going to take my gluten-free rolled oats. I have a half a cup, and I'm gonna pour them into here. I'll turn my flame down a little bit, and you kind of have to just keep stirring and being consistent with it. So I'll add some oats in here, so make sure you get them all out. And then it'll take about like 5 to 7 minutes, and you'll just stir it. Here and there. Okay, so while I'm waiting for the oatmeal to cook, I have rinsed my berries, so I'm gonna add a handful of blueberries. I cut half of a banana. Trick is to cut them in smaller pieces so you feel like you have more banana in there. I'm gonna do some raw almond butter. This one is amazing. A lot of almond butters or nut butters have added sugars. And then I'm gonna do some pumpkin seeds, some hemp seeds, and then I like to top it off with a little extra almond milk. So this is the consistency of the oatmeal. It kind of gets like a little bit thicker, and you can tell it's like a creamy thickness that it's ready to go. And then I'll top it off with my berries, and then half of a banana. Again, cutting them in smaller pieces, it makes you feel like you have more banana. And then I'll add a sprinkle of pumpkin seeds, and then I'll take our teaspoon, and I'll just do a pretty full teaspoon of hemp seeds to get some more protein. And then lastly, I'm gonna add the almond butter, and I've been doing almond butter or coconut yogurt is my favorite. Just put that in the middle, and voila. If you like it a little bit not so thick, I like to add a little bit of almond milk, just a touch. So really yummy. About to dive into this. Okay, so I'm going to eat my oatmeal, and it is delicious. I don't know what it is about oatmeal, but getting to add in like all the different things, it's kind of like a treat for me. So I really like it. So I'm gonna eat this, and then our team should be here soon. Hang out with them, and then, or not hang out with them, I'm probably gonna work, you know? And then if I do get hungry, I'll have a little snack, or I'll wait till lunch. So it is time for a snack, and I usually get pretty hungry after 2.5 hours, especially if I don't have an iced coffee. Like if I have an iced coffee, it kind of craves my cravings, so sometimes I'll have an iced coffee if I need it, but today I did not have it. So right now I am at my little workstation, and I have one apple with some cinnamon, and then one like heavy tablespoon of almond butter. This one has like fresh nuts in it. So this is gonna be my snack, and I will probably eat again for lunch in the next 2 to 3 hours. Every day is kind of different. It really matters how I'm feeling. When I first started really on my fitness journey, I was super strict with, because I was doing smaller portions, my snacks were very crucial. This is all in my meal plan of like how I describe how I did it, because I had to cut back portions so I was hungrier quicker. And now that I am at like a certain weight and toned and body that I'm like feeling really good at, I now have more bigger portions, and then I include snacks if my body really needs it, not to just eat, not to just snack. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. So I'm gonna eat this apple, do a little work, and catch you in a little bit. All right, so I'm going to make my lunch. It's now 1:30, so I'm hungry. I'm gonna have kind of like just a salad bowl, plus there's gonna be some cauliflower rice in it. You can substitute anything with, if you didn't want cauliflower rice and you wanna do quinoa, whatever works for you. I do like to do quinoa as well, I just didn't have any. So it's kind of gonna be like a little harvest bowl, I would say, and just finding the items around my house that kind of makes a yummy bowl. So I'm gonna show you guys what this kind of looks like. Super easy, so yeah, let's see. So first thing is I made some crock pot chicken last night, so it's been sitting for a while. It just fogged the whole camera. Okay, now that it's unfogged. So inside, I can't get too close because it's really hot. I made some chicken breast. A crock pot is super easy, you guys, to just make tons of meat but make it delicious. You can also use it in different ways, but that is one of my favorites. So I did 4 chicken breasts in there, just skinless chicken breast. And then I added salt and pepper, and then I added this salsa. I saved the bottle for you guys. I just got it from Trader Joe's. It's a salsa verde. You can get whatever flavor you want, but this is the one I'm using today that I really like. And I just used 1 jar. So right now I'm gonna chop it up with some forks and make it into shredded chicken. If you don't have a crock pot, you can always just do it on the stove or bake your chicken, whatever's easiest for you. Today I'm just doing it this way. So again, you can do whatever, make the chicken on the stove or in the oven. I am not a huge fan of, I don't know, I just don't cook chicken as well, so I just find the crock pot does it really easy for me, but do what you guys feels good for you. So now I'm gonna make the cauliflower rice. It's all just super fast. So this takes 3 to 4 minutes. I'm gonna put it on the stove. I'll show you guys what I'm gonna add into it. And then after, while that's cooking, I'll do my salad. Before that, I'm gonna chop up a scallion, 1 scallion, and I'm gonna add it to the cauliflower rice. Some extra virgin olive oil, a teaspoon, and I'm gonna put it into the pan. make an extra for everyone. I would usually add a lime, but I don't have a lime today. So, no lime, everyone. Just let it soak with the onions. I'm gonna add some Himalayan salt and a little bit of pepper. I find that cauliflower rice can be a little bit bitter if you don't add some seasoning, so I recommend adding some seasoning. You can just get a little bitter tasting. So I'm just gonna let this sit for a little while I put the salad together. Okay, next I'm gonna make the salad, so I'm going to chop some tomato. I also am gonna chop my lemon, like so. Chop a avocado. Yum. So I'll use the half. So that's gonna be for my salad. Okay, so next I'm gonna take this broccoli and kale slaw. You can choose whatever salad suits your boat. This one has just been a favorite. I do usually like to only use arugula as well. They're both really good. So we're gonna pour out a good amount in there. I'm gonna add tomatoes over here. And then I'm going to add a half of an avocado. And then for the dressing, I'm going to do a teaspoon, a little under a teaspoon of olive oil, and then a squeeze of fresh lemon. It's actually super refreshing, tastes really good. So that's it so far for our salad. Let me get the other ingredients. And then also on the salad, I like to add a little bit of sea salt. Also too, just because olive oil is just a great little, just a little bit on the avocado. Perfect. All right, so here is that finishing product that you guys saw. I also would say too, if you wanted to, because it is like a salad, you could leave your chicken in the fridge so it's like a cold, all like cold instead of warm, which is really good too, really up to you. But this combination is just like a healthy lunch, light lunch, nothing too crazy, but still a lot of goodies in there, you know? So, cheers. Snack time! I have been singing a lot. I don't know why, it gets me going, you know? Okay, next it is 4:30. So, I'm getting a little hungry. I'm having a little work day and you get hungry. I've also been sipping on some iced coffee, and besides that, I just did a 1/3 cup of nuts, and I mixed in some blueberries in there. So these nuts, you could just like get like a healthy trail mix or make your own trail mix, or even just some raw almonds. But I did find this one, which again, you guys, it's so important though if you do get a trail mix to get one that has really clean ingredients. My best advice when reading the ingredients is don't really pay attention so much to the nutrition facts where it's like saying like this many fat, this many whatever. It's more like go down to the ingredients and see what's actually in it. So for this is a from Blender Bombs, and it's their granola, but it's like literally big nuts like all combined together, so it doesn't really have to be on top of anything. If I did have yogurt, I would probably have put like a 1/3 cup of coconut yogurt with this and the blueberries, but I don't, so I'm just gonna eat this like this. So I'm just gonna go sit upstairs and eat my snack and maybe share some with JT. So yeah. Alrighty, so it is time for dinner. It's actually past time for dinner. We're eating a little late tonight because we kind of had things to do, and now we're back and we just realized we should eat dinner. So we're both really starving, so we're gonna make some edamame in the meantime to kind of nibble at. Edamame is like one of my favorite go-tos when you kind of just want to nitpick something and it doesn't like fill you up like crazy. So we're gonna have some edamame, and then tonight for dinner I'm gonna make, anyone knows I just love my chickpea pasta. I'm a huge fan of alternatives. I've always loved pasta. JT loves pasta. Now Cam just loves pasta. I'm gonna make some chickpea pasta. You can get this at Whole Foods. You can get it on their site. I imagine there's other places you can't get it. I just know I get mine at Whole Foods. And then I'm going to make it with this ground beef, and it's 85% lean. I always try to go above 75 or 80 for any of my meat and get grass fed. It's just gonna be really great for you. I also have a ground turkey one, so it's really whatever type of meat. If you're not a ground beef type of person, I try to only have red meat once, maybe twice a week. I do actually really love red meat. I just find it makes me bloat and it's a little hard on the stomach. So this is what I'm gonna have tonight, and I'm gonna add some fresh basil because I'm gonna make my own marinara. So it's gonna be just this tomato sauce and super easy. Can add some basil, add some seasoning, and then on the side I'll do some asparagus that I'm just gonna make all on the stove. So this is my dinner tonight. Cheers. So this will be our little snack in the meantime. Hot? While we cook. No, it's perfect. Okay, so first thing, I'm gonna fill up this pot with agua. So while that's going, I'm now going to cook my meat in a pan. I'm just gonna use some coconut oil to spray onto the pan. I also find if you guys get the spray version of olive oil, I do really like that as well because you don't use as much. So when you like are doing an olive oil like splatter, I feel like there's a lot that can come out, and the spray I find on your vegetables is really nice. Raw meat, there's just like nothing cute about it. All right, next I'm going to chop up this scallion, and I also have some minced garlic, and I'm gonna add it into the meat. Yeah. So I just added some onion, and now I'm gonna add a little bit of garlic powder, add a little bit of Himalayan salt, perfect. All right, next we're going to chop up some asparagus. You can add this into your pasta. I'm gonna probably do it on the side, but got this from Trader Joe's, and just going to chop it up and then put it on the stove with some olive oil and a little bit of garlic salt. Okay, next I'm gonna pour the tomato sauce on top. I'm gonna take some fresh basil, and I'm just gonna break it up. You can also chop it, and I'm gonna put it into the tomato sauce. I find that it brings, if you get like fresh basil, it just really, you can taste it. Maybe instead if it was sprinkled, but really it's up to you. Also, I find that when you make your own, like just using tomato sauce, just read the ingredients on the back, because a lot of the times marinaras can have a lot of added sugar or different types of ingredients that maybe you didn't want in there. So I find this is just super easy and still tastes really great. So right now I'm gonna add a couple leaves of basil. Yep, that looks good. All right, I'm gonna try it. Maybe a little hot. It's so good. It tastes like pasta. It seriously tastes like pasta. Like, there's alternatives out there. This is my dinner. I'm gonna eat this, hang with my roomies, and then I'll show you guys if I have a little, sometimes I'll have a little bit of chocolate or something after. Also tip, I do try to usually eat earlier because I try to let my food sit for at least 2 hours, because when you go to bed, you're not moving anymore. So it's kind of nice to have some movement, let the metabolism still going. Tonight's a little different, but I'm gonna eat now.